Hey everyone, that time once again, we got a Discovery edition here, but it's for a classic film that was recently released by Ignite Films and the Film Foundation, a high Blu-ray remastered edition of Ernie Pyle's The Story of G.I. Joe from 1945 and directed by William A. Wellman. If you're not familiar with this movie at all, which I wasn't before I saw that it was being released on Blu-ray, Ernie Pyle was a real-life war correspondent during World War II, and he wrote about the men that he traveled with and their life in the trenches and such. More so, almost more about their experiences between battles than about the battles themselves. And it was written so well, Ernie Pyle earned a Pulitzer Prize, and that's what this movie is based off of, those writings that Ernie Pyle had published in the newspaper. And we get introduced to all variety of characters, and we get to see the effects of war on them over the course of their campaign in Italy. And that's what this movie was about. And again, I didn't know much about it until I saw the press release about the Blu-ray, and I'm glad I got a chance to get a look at this and watch this movie because it's so well done. Burgess Meredith as Ernie Pyle is fantastic in here. I just loved his performance. And Robert Mitchum as Lieutenant Walker, this was his only Academy Award nomination he ever got in his career, was for this movie. And when you watch it, you can see why. Such great performances for an interesting story that is very bittersweet and moving and a little different than what you might expect from a 40s World War II film. But what about this release? Well, let's drop down and just take a look from it, shall we? So now we've got the sleeve on here for The Story of G.I. Joe. Ignite Films on the Film Foundation at the bottom. A great picture here of our two stars of Burgess Meredith and Robert Mitchum. I love that picture quite a bit. Sums up quite a bit their characters just from that photo. Really well done art. And then the side as well, it wraps around that color with The Story of G.I. Joe, all done in black and white because, you know, honor of the black and white film that is on the disc and such. And here we get some quotes as well as a bit of a summary of what went into bringing this film to the Blu-ray and a list of the bonus features, which there are quite a few on here, and we're going to highlight some of them. So that's the outer sleeve. Inner disc in that is the same. The artwork hasn't really changed at all for the inside of the sleeve on here. And as far as the disc goes, we also use that image on the disc, which is nice that they didn't just have it as a blank image or just basic text. They actually put the artwork on the disc as well. So a very respectable physical release as far as the looks and such. But what about them extras? What about the special features that they put on this? Well, we've got Wild Bill's Dogface Blues. Now, Wild Bill is the nickname given to the director, and we get this wonderful new video essay here from Scout Tafoya. And it gives us all the information about what led up to Wild Bill being part of this film, getting a chance to direct it and what went into it, as well as how he got his Wild Bill nickname and such. So yeah, just a very interesting video essay. And then though I'm going to say though with that video essay, I wish the voiceover would have been done a little better. I understand they were going for seriousness and trying to keep things, you know, a little bit low key, but at the same time, I would have liked maybe a little bit more energy in the voiceover and the narration, but it was still very fascinating to watch and listen to. And then there's the interview with Bill Wellman Jr., who talks about his experiences being on set with his father while directing this movie. There's a little bit of a repetition in here across these special features of information, but then there's also new tidbits as well, and all very interesting, especially Bill Wellman Jr. talking about his dad and trying to keep things, you know, a positive way and kind of avoid some of the controversy of how his father directed the movie. And then The Story of G.I. Joe from Greg Kimball, also a very informative extra. And yeah, there's audio commentary on here as well, which is very interesting. Then they get the original Nitrate trailer. Yeah, they actually show you the original trailer in its exact condition that they found it in, which shows you just how destroyed that Nitrate film was. But parts of it show you that, yeah, film really has a great resolution to it. And then they also show the restored trailer on here and a photo gallery as well. So a lot of interesting special features on here for the comparison, especially when they do how it looked versus what they went through to restore this. And the story behind that was also very fascinating. But overall, the story of G.I. Joe is something that I think you should check out if you're looking for something a little different for your World War II film. And this release is definitely worth picking up because it looks so sharp and so crisp. And yeah, I think if this is your genre that you like, you should check it out. And even not, if you just like the two main actors in here, it should be something that should be on your watch list. So thank you very much for listening to me ramble about this wonderful release. If you have seen this release, love to hear your thoughts on the story of G.I. Joe. And yeah, check out our Patreon. Make sure you subscribe here and all that bells and whistles. I thank you for your support. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.